Hey, what's up, Clashers? Turn 56 from iKonik here, bringing you another highlight attack video. This base, which we'll be breaking down, was attacked by Sebastian in iKonik War 115 and was nominated by our members to be the highlight attack of the war. So, as always with these videos, first we'll talk about the base itself, we'll look at where the traps are, talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses, and then we'll go ahead and watch the video and see how it all played out. So this was a cleanup attack by Sebastian. He knew where the traps were. And the four traps that we're pretty much always worried about with ground troops are the Teslas, and all four of those were in the core there. And then the giant bombs. There you had two split up as singles up in that area, and then two pretty close to each other down in this area here. So Sebastian chose to attack this with hogowiwi. And if you've seen my video on how to hogowiwi, you know that there's three potential primary threats on any base to hogowiwi attack style. The first one is going to be the clan castle. You have to be able to lure and kill all the clan castle troops. Well, that's a nice easy lure. The radius extends all the way outside the exterior walls, no problem there. The archer queen, likewise, is going to be a fairly easy kill. One jump spell is going to let his golem and his kill squad inside to get her, and his heroes and troops are high up enough to be able to take care of that job. And then the last threat is double giant bomb pairs. Now, these two are not an issue up here. They're all the way up by themselves, not next to any other giant bombs. It's these two down here that are sort of a threat. Not a true double giant bomb. A true double giant bomb is going to be when they're right next to each other and they are the shortest path between two defenses as somebody's running through them. So for example, if let's say there was room and there was a second one right there, that would mean any hogs going from this wizard tower to this air defense would run through both of them, and they would both pop at the same time, and that's more than enough damage to kill all your hogs. These two are not right next to each other, but they are close enough to where if there are hogs in the center area here, they're going to catch damage from both of these. So it's possible that that could be a major threat to his hogs. So he approaches this in a nice, unique way here. That's an effective technique on some bases. We'll get to that in a little bit, though. First, we'll talk about the first step of this attack, which was the lure. So Sebastian drops, he brings a whole bunch of hogs. So he drops 3 here onto this archer tower. That's enough to get him the full lure. Then he's going to anchor down here southwest with an archer right behind this army camp. Now if you look at the range on these cannons, they come close to but do not reach the edge of this army camp and this little dirt path that goes around the outside of the base here. And Sebastian does a really nice job of keeping his kill squad in that area. They never cross this line other than a few barbarians that he sends in to distract, and then the skeletons from his witches, they stay back here. So he's got his archer queen back here, and he's got 2 witches that he drops. And those ladies by themselves are able to handle the clan castle troops that come out here, staying out of danger from those cannons there. Once that is down, he is able to launch his golem. His golem's going to come in here, and with the help of a jump spell, that's going to open up these chambers here. The witch, or the archer queen, as you can see, is going to hop that wall like to where she is right now, and that's going to put her within easy range of the barb king, who's going to head in here, take her out. Once some of these exterior buildings are down and the funnel is created, he goes right up the middle and he takes her out. The kill squad is doing some good work in here as well. They're starting to take out some of these defenses. So while all that's going on, Sebastian starts the next portion of his attack. He has 10 more hogs that he launches in on this archer tower, and he gives these guys a heal that covers, I'd say, right around that much of this base. So totally covering these giant bomb spots and extending to cover the hogs while they're standing in front of these buildings as they're attacking them. And those 10 are able to do good work, and they clean up all of these defenses down here in this south area, and they also pop those giant bombs. Now, he does end up losing them all. Not necessarily to the double giant bombs, but just because it's a small enough group and there's just too much DPS pouring in on them that the heal spell kind of sputters out, takes too long, and then they all go down. But he got what he wanted out of those 10, which was taking care of these giant bombs. That was the true remaining threat on this base to all the rest of his hogs. And he still has 21 hogs that he brings in from this right side over here, which is plenty of hogs to take out what now really is just, 2/3 of a base. He just has to be very precise with the 2 remaining heal spells that he has, because that's the true limitation on his attack right now. So they come in here from this side. He's got the 2 more heal spells. The first one is right about here. He does a good job of maximizing how many defenses are going to be covered while his hogs are standing in there, and the next one is going to be up in that northern section over there, leaving just a few of these defenses over here to be taken out while his hogs aren't under heal. And at the end of this, while he does lose all of his kill squad with the exception of a couple wizards that are able to wrap around in this direction over here towards the east, he loses all of them, but he does have plenty of hogs that are still up and running at the end of this attack, and they're able to do all of the cleanup on this base. So let's go ahead and get rid of all my little drawings here, and we'll go ahead and watch the replay and see how it all works out in real time. So the lure there, just for 3 hogs. He may have been able to, with 1 more hog, I have a feeling a 4th hog would have been able to take out that archer tower as well. But look at the really nice placement on those witches and the archer queen, making sure they stay out of range of those cannons. The cannons are only able to hit those skeletons as they push forward. And then he's really good at getting that golem down up in front as well before his archers, or excuse me, his wizards and witches move into cannon range. So Barb King a little distracted by that drill, but now he's going to push into the middle there. He's going to aggro onto the queen. And here comes that first wave of 10 hogs. And they're going to be able to clear out all of those defenses down there in that area. He lost several to spring traps as well. And just a few that managed to survive to come out on the other end there, but they die pretty quickly as well. But here comes the second wave, the relief troops as it were. A really nice heal spell there. That's going to maximize the healing for the hogs. They're going to be standing in there while they're attacking a lot of different defensive buildings. They split up just a little bit on him here, but he gets a good final heal spell there. That's going to cover 5 defenses, I believe, while his hogs are attacking them. And he's going to have enough survive from that northern group to come down and finish off these last 3 defenses. And as you can see, he's got the 2 wizards over there working their way around the east, which worked out really well because his hogs ended up on the opposite side of the base. It's always nice if you have a hog attack like this. All your hogs are pretty much going to end up on one end of the base. So it's always nice if you do have cleanup troops to have them on the opposite end of the base. That's where they're going to be most effective. And this is just a slow cleanup at the end here. We'll fast forward a bit. So there you go, guys. That was the highlight attack from War 115. A nice creative use of 2 different waves of hogs to push in and make sure that the threat of the giant bombs in the southern region there was taken care of. He didn't want to expose all of his hogs to that all at the same time, so he did a nice job of just sending in a smaller unit into that dangerous area. Excellent job, Sebastian. So, until next time, you guys, this is Turn 56 saying keep on clashing.